from home. Had a couple audio little issues there that we're working through kind of behind the scenes here. I appreciate your patience as we kind of go through some of that kind of stuff. I'm going to actually boost my audio from home here just a little bit more. Check, check. There we go. So certainly has been kind of a nice day, so not a bad day for a little testing some other things going on. And appreciate y'all for joining us here on Mississippi Live Weather at 10, kind of a late edition. We had the recorded edition that Gabe would have posted just a little bit ago. And now kind of this one here that we're looking at. Of course, want to welcome you into the Room to Room Weather Center this evening as we're looking out live. I'm off camera because I delivered my chroma key up to Maggie, and I haven't had a chance to paint the wall here at the Law Pond House yet, but we'll get that up and going here, I think, pretty soon. So anyway, appreciate everybody for watching us, sticking with us here this evening on kind of this late edition of Mississippi Live Weather at 10 on what is really a pretty nice night, fairly clear and dry out there pretty much as far as the eye can see this evening. As we look kind of in Oxford there, as you can see those temperatures coming in the mid 70s right now. Smithville at 73 degrees, feels like around 72. A lot of stars showing up in those skies, a sign that hopefully we're a little bit clearer than we were last night. And hopefully that's something that sticks around with us as we go into tonight as well. That will certainly help us to warm up a little bit more tomorrow, though. I mean, I know there's probably mixed decision from folks on whether or not warmer is necessarily what they end up wanting for tomorrow. But certainly at this point here, as you can see, mostly clear skies, the storyline. Checking out the latest on Mississippi Live Weather Radar. We have had a couple of isolated showers up in the northwest part of the state as we've gone through the evening. This loop here, last couple of hours, you can see all those have largely died away as we continue to dry things out on what is going to continue to prove to be a fairly nice evening here. As we check out the latest there on temperatures, they're coming in, well, with water vapor. First, probably got to check that out for a moment here. What that ends up showing up with is, for us, just kind of the drier air that overall is the story that's kind of migrated into the area. We're kind of seeing the mid-level drier air sort of showing up here with a more active weather back out to the east. As we talked a little about at 6 o'clock, certainly the farther east you go, we do have Dexter out there in the Atlantic. It's kind of on the far right-hand part of the screen. And we're kind of caught in this zone here between the two kind of main systems that are going on at this time, with the high pressure out here with this big ridge to the west and another one out here to the east. We're kind of in the no man's land between the two of those. Temperatures at this time coming in around 84 degrees for the high since midnight in Tupelo, 82 Amory, though 90s back out in the Delta. The big difference there, of course, 79 Hamilton to Alabama, the 92 in Greenville, has everything to do with the cloud cover. And so, of course, the positioning of that cloud cover making a difference on how things will end up playing out again tomorrow. With the possibility of some clearer skies, that means warmer temperatures. Still at this hour coming in around 70 for Hamilton, Amory, and Vernon. About 80 degrees Belzona and 78 for Cleveland and Greenville. So school day forecast drop off. We're looking at around 71 degrees. By lunchtime, we're 86 and 88 degrees for the high. That's right. It's going to be warmer than it was today, but mostly dry conditions, still largely the storyline there. So look at a Futurecast, continue to keep things more dry than not as we progress into your late overnight hours in the first part of early Wednesday. Now I'll say this, look at the HRRR model here. It does have a couple more showers. I think what we're actually seeing here again, look at the clouds. More substantial on this latest version versus what we showed you at 5 and 6 o'clock. And that's not shocking at all. That is kind of what we expected would probably happen, which is that we have that cloud cover built in, and then that holds temperatures back somewhat. Low temperatures on your Wednesday expected to be upper 60s. We're going 66 Red Bay, 70 for Greenwood for Belzona at 71, 70 for Greenville. Again, normal low temperature this time of year should be somewhere in the neighborhood of around, I'd put about 72. So we're a little below that again for tomorrow. Futurecast here as we go into and through your Wednesday. Again, not a lot. We show still that cloud cover around for the first part of the day. Give me a moment here. I'm going to take this out of play for a second. I think I'm looking at 18Z data, and I want to bring this into kind of editor mode so I can force this into the newest batch here. So I want to, in particular, look at cloud cover. Poor Gabe, I'm going to break the show here. So look at that difference there. Okay, so this would have been what we had this morning, right? It's prediction for early Wednesday morning. This is what we showed you at 5 and 6 o'clock, a little more cloud cover, right? And then this is what we're showing you on the latest runs now. A lot more cloud cover. And that contrast there, that difference, is the reason why the temperatures could be held back in some spots. You notice 9:30, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, still showing a decent amount of that cloud cover around, though starting to clear out a little bit more by noon. Most of what you see on here are those puffy cumulus clouds, what we've had, but a little bit darker gray there is where that low cloud cover, that what we call stratus cloud cover, could be kind of sticking around. That takes until late afternoon to start breaking up there. A couple isolated pop-up thunderstorms possible. Most of us are probably going to end up in the dry category with this, but certainly watching that potential there, that of course we could have a couple of isolated showers, but the majority of us should be dry. I'm going to bring this back over into regular play mode here. And as we do, I'm going to bring it into a look at those high temperatures for your Wednesday. Expected to be in the lower 90s to upper 80s. Again, near the Alabama state line with 84 Iuka, Red Bay, and Hamilton, Alabama, 89 Columbus, and 87 degrees in Amory. That difference there from west to east, again, lots of sun, very little low cloud cover, a lot more low cloud cover, and lingering into the afternoon. So that's what holds some of those temperatures down the farther east that you live. Heat indices expected to be up into the mid-90s, Tupelo, 93 Houston, 96 Grenada, yet up around the triple-digit point out here, Greenville, Cleveland, Clarksdale, Tunica, Greenwood, Belzona, everywhere in the Delta, even 96 there, showing up in the Grenada area for what it will feel like for that heat index on your Wednesday afternoon. Look at the latest here on our strike model. Again, partly cloudy into tomorrow evening, but keeping conditions relatively dry. We keep it, again, dry into the first part of early Thursday morning. Wider shot here. Again, we do have our nearest system back up here to the north and west, but notice how there's just no real progression to it as it stalls out that direction. And so that kind of leaves us in this zone where we have some spotty showers trying to pop up. The vast majority of us, though, staying dry into your Thursday, even Thursday afternoon. So if you're looking for meaningful moisture out of this pattern, it's just not something that a lot of us will end up having, as we largely are going to end up staying relatively dry for the next few days there. 91 degrees that temperature in Tupelo, 90 Amory for highs on your Thursday, 95 Greenwood, Belzona, 97 degrees Greenville, and 93 for Cleveland. Again, mostly sunny skies, I think more sunshine, and those temperatures boosted up a little bit more as a result, with heat indices up to 100 Greenville, 99 for Greenwood, Belzona, and 98 degrees in Cleveland. Will be 95 for that heat index in Tupelo and Amory and Columbus. So again, this is still 10 degrees below heat advisory levels for most locations. Here's hoping that 89 comes true there in Red Bay. Man, that'd be a nice difference. But again, I think that's largely optimistic. 7-day forecast. Rain chances on your Wednesday, we're showing 20% on there. I think that's aggressive, but they'll say not impossible. 88, that high temperature. Again, the cloud cover out there. The main reason we have that on there is this, just in that case that perhaps, perhaps maybe we're overdoing or maybe underdoing the overall cloud cover there, just depending on how that works. So I think it'd be a stretch to get the 20% rain coverage, but again, better than nothing through Thursday and Friday and Saturday, increasing a bit more by Sunday into the first of next week. But even then, looking at the latest data, just not impressed. And those are still a lot of days where 80% of us probably end up with no precipitation out there. So certainly something we'll watch pretty closely for some of those folks there. As to just exactly how that ends up playing out. I do have a Weather Watch picture to show you this evening here that Gabe got online there. Appreciate Diane and Pontotoc showing just that line of cloud cover and just that little edge of what looks like fire almost at the end. We cleared things out nicely this afternoon. Didn't leave a ton of cloud cover to capture, but appreciate Diane for taking the time to send that in using the Mississippi Live Weather app. Of course, that app, we appreciate all of you for liking and subscribing. Free and available for all of those different devices, iOS, of course, as well as msliveweather.com. Appreciate all y'all for liking and subscribing to those. It certainly is, I guess you could argue, a passion project of ours that we just love the fact that you love it, and certainly we appreciate that. With us. Now, we've had a couple of technical things today as we're doing some upgrades behind the scenes. That's part of the reason why we're on live with this right now. So we will, I think, get the 24-hour stream back up and going here in just a minute. That was down for a little while today while we did some upgrades kind of behind the scenes. So appreciate all your patience. Good evening to Tracy, and I'm looking over here, Justin, and all the other folks that are kind of watching us on Facebook and some of the other spots. When I take this down, hopefully I can kick it right back up to get the 24-hour stream back on there. But appreciate you guys watching for tonight. It'll probably go to black for a couple minutes while I figure that out. As again, we're kind of testing some behind the scenes. I'm actually doing this from home tonight onto the computer there. So yeah, always kind of testing the new way things will work. So I appreciate y'all rolling with the punches on us as we do that. So thanks for watching Mississippi Live Weather at 10. This kind of a later than usual broadcast. We'll see you back here again tomorrow with live broadcasts at 5, 6, and 10. That's our broadcast schedule. We appreciate your support.